Sai Ram, even as I am completing my worship on this Ganesh Chaturthi day, I cannot help but remember how it was Lord Ganesha who captured my imagination, my mind and my heart ever since my childhood days also. Ganesh Chaturthi was a festival that we love to celebrate, and I'm sure I shall always love to celebrate. Getting Ganesha home, welcoming him, feeding him, clothing him, treating him like a friend who has come home before tearfully bidding him goodbye and telling him don't forget to come again next year. Ganesha has always had a very special place in my heart. He was my favorite deity till, the man in orange, the god in orange, Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba came and replaced him and became my favorite. But even Swami, somehow kept this connection between Ganesha and me alive. I will not go into the details of this long story, but I would like to mention that in 2005, Swami had gifted me with a gold chain which had a pendant in which there was the bust of Swami. A few years later, one day, I faced a kind of tragedy. I was in a big worry because when I woke up in the morning, the chain got cut. It just cut on its own. Can you believe it? A gold chain snapped into two. And I was so upset, I was so worried, I wondered what it meant. Did it mean that I'm going to die? Did it mean that something terrible is going to happen? Or did it mean that something terrible was going to happen and Swami had prevented it? All these were running in my head. And again, cutting the long story short, because I want to reserve that story for one special beautiful video because it's a lovely story. But the climax was, when I brought this to Swami's notice, Swami simply waved his hand and created another gold chain for me and put it around my neck. And in that gold chain was a pendant of Lord Ganesha. At that time, I felt that it probably meant that there is a special connection between me and Ganesha. But today I realize that that act of Swami giving me Ganesha was a very powerful and poignant message, not just for me, but I think for all of us, because this is the aspect of Ganesha which gives him the name Vighneshwara. Vighneshwara means the Lord of obstacles. Now, very often we think that Vighneshwara means the one who clears all our obstacles. But if you visit the Ganapati Ashtotram, the Vighneshwara Ashtotram, in that there is one Om Vighna Hartre Namaha, which means one who clears the obstacles, and there is also one Vighna Kartre Namaha, which means one who creates obstacles. When we look at the mighty elephant, it has the ability to create a path wherever it goes. When the elephant walks in the forest, a path gets cleared. Any tree that is in the way, the elephant will simply bring it down. And that is the aspect of Lord Ganesha as the one who clears obstacles. At the same time, there are instances when an elephant comes onto a royal highway and blocks it. It doesn't allow any car or even a bike to go across and just says, no, you're not allowed to go. Chases you back. That is the aspect of Ganesha being an obstacle. The inner significance of this is that Ganesha clears a path for us when our intentions, our words and our actions are on the right path. Ganesha comes in and tells us, yes, you're on the right path, don't worry, don't get scared of obstacles, even if there's an obstacle, I'll clear it for you. And yet there are those times when our path seems very clear, we know what has to be done, we know that it is such a simple thing to do, and yet we are unable to do it. That is Lord Ganesha sitting on a royal highway and saying, no, this path is not good for you. What you're thinking, what you're speaking, what you're planning to do, they are not right. Change it. Go some other way. Why does Ganesha do that? Because that is not the right path for us. Ganesha loves us. God loves us. God loves us more than anybody or anything else in this entire universe. And that is why when we are on the right path, God does everything in His capacity. Ganesha does everything in His capacity, and His capacity is immense. He does everything in His capacity to clear a path for us. And when we are on the wrong path, He does everything in His capacity, and His capacity is immense to stop us from doing that which is not right for us. So, the next time we face an obstacle and we face difficulty in doing something that we wish to do or we think that we should do, let's not get disheartened. It is Ganesha's way of telling us that kindly go in another route, take another path, or possibly this is not the right time for you to use this road. Because that's what happens as well, even in the case of an elephant that blocks the highway. After a while it walks away and allows you to go through. So either the time is not right or the path is not right, but definitely it is not a time to get frustrated, dejected or irritated. Instead, we should feel grateful. We should feel grateful to Ganesha that he has stopped us from doing something that is not good for us. So whether Ganesha clears the tree, clears the obstacles and makes a path for us, or whether he comes and sits in our path and blocks, let us enjoy the darshan that we have of Lord Ganesha. Never get frustrated, never get irritated. Most importantly, don't lose heart and get dejected. Because with Ganesha there to guide us, we can never falter. And that is a lesson that I did not get at that time when Swami gave me that chain with a pendant of Ganesha. But today I realize that. And I try every moment of my life to inculcate that lesson. It's not easy. But when we do that, we will feel peace, joy and contentment reside in our heart always. Ganpati Bappa Moria.